Yes, hello everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of the Eurovision Gossip Podcast. I'm sorry, there's a background noise. I know it. I have to buy a new computer because my computer is old and it apparently wants to make this whistle note. So I have to apologize for that. But anyway, let's really dive into this week's episode to see what else there's there to talk about. And we have some stories to talk about because this news broke yesterday and I was like, what? That the pop group from my childhood, 18s, is reportedly in talks to compete in Melodifestivalen next year. And I'm gonna say for us who are like 25 and older, they will be the fan favorite to win it all because this will be so iconic. But then I was like, Sara Lundholm and Marie Serneholt, they couldn't compete themselves and win, so they need to bring back the boys. Danny Leva, the one blonde guy, Danny on the far right. I don't know if you see the pip photo. He's always my hottie. Amir is cute. Anyway, according to Eurovision Fun, it looks like Sweden's most nostalgic pop dream might actually come true. According to Aftonbladet, SVT is close to securing a long-awaited return of the 18s to the Melodifestivalen stage. Sources close to the production say that everything now points to them competing in Melfest 2026, with all four members, Sara Lundholm, Amir Paul, Marie Serneholt and Danny Lenevald. He's such a cutie. Planning to release new music for the first time in over 20 years. Yeah, this is my childhood band. I love them. SVT has been chasing them for a long time. They have hesitated, first said no, but now everything suggests they will be part of the competition, a source close to Aftonbladet said. Yeah. The 18s already hinted at renewed chemistry when they reunited as an individual performer during Melfest 2024. Yeah, before launching a small but powerful comeback tour that took them from London's mighty Hoopla Festival to a triumphant homecoming at Stockholm Pride, where they played to a roaring crowd. I mean, this is basically my childhood, and since the first album was basically ABBA covers. So of course we all know them songs in Swedish. In Sweden we all know them. Anyway, the producers Karin Gunnarsson, who led the Melodifestivalen's team since 2021, has reportedly been instrumental in convincing the pop group to compete, but the one detail that can hold things back is the song. They want to take part, but it depends on the song. One insider said they have tried one track for a few times, but it seems like they are not fully happy with it yet. If it doesn't feel right, they won't do it. Well, of course, because 18s to us, we will have very high expectations on 18's return. It is not a newbie coming. This is our childhood icons who's coming back. So of course, gosh, my voice. I need more tea. Anyway, if it happens, it will make a full circle moment, just not for the band, but for Swedish pop history. Christer Björkman once tried to bring them back into competition 2 decades ago, right after the release of the Greatest Hits album in 2004, but the plan was never materialized, and the pop group quietly disbanded for a couple of years. Yeah, they went separate ways. I think Danny moved to LA. He's making music, was writing music. Amir Paul, I don't know what he was doing. Sara Lundholm, I know she was the pole dancer instructor. Well, I was right, and then she came back from Melfest 2011. And Marie Serneholt went back to Melfest, I think the same year. She has done it twice. Her worst song is Salt and Pepper. I'm gonna say I hate that song. And then Marie Serneholt, I think, is the most famous out of the four because she has been on TV. She has done so much TV production. So, and The Masked Singer. Anyway, the 18 shot to fame in 1999 as a teenage pop act inspired by ABBA, conquering charts around the world with Mamma Mia Upside Down Floor Filler. Now, 25 years after their debut, the idea seemed then returned to Melodifestivalen, and possibly even Eurovision stage has fans buzzing with excitement. SVT is expected to reveal the full Melodifestivalen 2026 lineup early December, so that's in a month. If the rumor proves true, the comeback of 18s could easily steal the spotlight as a nostalgic feel-good moment truly made for Sweden's biggest show. They will be the fan favorite to win it. I'm gonna say, yeah, I was like, yeah, Sanna Nielsen might be the fan favorite to win Melfest. No offense to Sanna Nielsen, but if 18s comes back and they have the correct song, they win Melfest. They will win it because this will be such a moment for us. Yes, this is one of those moments I was like, I feel so old. I feel so old because, yeah, I was 10 when their first music came in 1999. Yeah, that was my teenage years. I love that song. Upside down floor, feel halfway around the world. So, I mean, I'm gonna say, of course they're gonna need the correct song to come back, because I don't think they wanna half-ass do it. They wanna do it correctly. So yes, I understand why they want to do it correctly. So let's see if there's anything else to report on today, because I'm gonna say Eurovision Fund, whoever is controlling this website page, boom, you are amazing. Yes, I'm gonna say usually when I talk about the Eurovision stuff like this, it's like a recap of what I've talked about in my YouTube shorts. And we have to talk about Chanel. And the people in the comment section underneath that Eurovision post short didn't appreciate me calling her salting. But I'm gonna say, when it's someone from one of the countries coming that threatening to withdraw addresses Israel in like this, I mean, if she just said, I have no comments, I would be like, fine. But since every time I hear someone from one of those countries that threatening to withdraw from Eurovision if Israel is still in the competition, it makes me feel like, are you salty you didn't win Eurovision? Because I think many of us thought that Chanel would win 2022, but we all knew also the fact that Ukraine was going to win regardless of what song they had or not, because our sympathy votes. I mean, Kalush Orchestra, fabulous song, Stefania, but to me that was never the winning entry, but we all know that Ukraine was going to win 2022. Anywho, Chanel Terrero she was not very kind, she was very open and frank when she talked. Chanel Terrero, who gave Spain its best result in decades, was asked by journalists from the show No Somos Nadie to comment on the discussion regarding Israel's participation in Eurovision 2026, and the question was, with all this boycott talk, how do you feel about Israel participating in Eurovision? And she answered, to be honest, I'm not in favor of Israel participating. When asked if she could prefer that Israel does not participate, she repeated, yes indeed, that is exactly what I just said. I mean, I'm gonna say, yeah, Spain has been one of the countries that, Spain with Ireland, Iceland, the Netherlands and Slovenia is sharing these views, and they are maybe withdrawing from the competition. Yeah, and the Eurovision contest has currently in the tense period as the EU decides to postpone the vote on Israel participate, and they should have it in November, but they postpone it, moving into a scheduled General Assembly meeting on December 4th and 5th, following the ceasefire in Gaza. Well, it looks like on the news the ceasefire doesn't go very well. But at least they are trying, sort of. But yeah, so every time I read something like this singer from this country that threatens to withdraw, it makes me be like, are you salty or what? Or you just want attention? Because someone also said that she has ruined her career. I mean, yeah, sort of, because the thing is that with her is that I think the choreography, if my memory serves me correctly, she cannot perform the choreography she did in Eurovision, because I think the choreography, because the one who made up the choreography for that dance has trademarked it, so she cannot perform the dance. I was like, then what's the point of performing the song? Anywho, do we have anything else? Yeah, no, it's very easy. I think it's very easy. Let's see here. Yeah, we have here. We can talk a little bit about Ukraine. Ukraine for a second. Yeah, because Ukraine is also a little bit in the news, because they have made very clearly with the rules the fact that if you have performed in Russia since 2014, you are not allowed to be in the VB 2026. Yeah, basically, duh. But at the same time, I mean, like, yeah, as I think I'm gonna say country pride. Yeah, you don't perform in the country has invaded you, but at the same time, you have to make money. And East Europe, if you are a star in Ukraine, you want might to do the part of East Europe, because Belarus, Russia, all of those countries, because it makes you money. But at the same time, I see both sides. You want to make money, but at the same time, you want to make your country proud. And I'm gonna say Olya Polyakova's team challenge changes to Ukraine's Eurovision 2026 selection rules. And according to Eurovision Fan, as always, I love this page, a fresh wave of controversy has hit Ukraine's road to Eurovision 2026. Pop diva Olya Polyakova and her team has officially lodged a complaint with EBU, criticizing recent changes of the rules of the country's national selection. Do you think EBU will do it? Because if that was the case, we will have many complaints filed to the EBU, because we have seen many things happening in the Eurovision national selections. It makes me be like, yeah, we can try at least. But anyway, the singer long-time producer Mikhailo Yasinski revealed the formal letter has been sent to both EBU and Suspilne Ukraine, the broadcaster responsible to organize international selection. According to Yasinski, the new regulation introduced this year were unfair and could determine the transparency of the selection process. In a quote, "We have asked EBU to step in and help resolve this situation. At the same time, we have warned Suspilne if certain rules are not reviewed, a lawsuit can become invaluable and that will make only the scandal bigger." Ooh. Drama. The producer emphasizes that the team's goal is not confrontation but fairness. We just need to have an open discussion to find a correct and fair solution. Well, ask Yamala. She did it to Maruv. That Crimea question back in 2019, and then the Ukraine wanted to hold Maruv under a contract. You cannot perform in Russia, and she was like, no. Yeah, ask Yamala how you should do it. Crimea, Ukraine? Ugh, that moment when I'm gonna say, that's one of the reasons I'd be like, yeah, when Yamala speaks out, I'd be like, yeah, girl, we all remember what you did to Maru, because she basically put her in the spot. So. Polyakova herself, who recently confirmed her participation in Ukraine's national selection, has voiced her belief in a modest, honest, and a truly European selection process. She says that every artist creating and working in Ukraine deserves an equal chance to represent the country on the Eurovision stage. Sure, this situation has sparked heated debate amongst fans and industry insiders, with many watching closely to see whether Sublime will respond or whether this dispute could cast a shadow over Ukraine's traditionally strong Eurovision presence. Well, since Yamal have said that many of the songs for VB 2026 is terrible, we shall see. One thing is for certain, as the national selection kicks off, Ukraine's path to Eurovision 2026 is already to be proven as dramatic as the contest itself. Have you ever seen Poland's national selection? That is drama. I'm gonna say that is one of the reasons why I love talking about Poland's national selection, because it is drama. There is so much drama when it comes to Poland's national selection, darling. let's switch page here, shall we? Because there was one news that I saw on EurovisionWa.com. I'm gonna say you should follow Eurovision Fund and Eurovision Wa. They are amazing. Because Stefan Raab, I'm gonna say, yeah, I did my YouTube shorts yesterday. Yeah, I think 2 days ago, with the whole, recapping and reacting to old songs. And Stefan Raab was in Eurovision 2000 with the Walla Hade Du Da. That is such an iconic song for Germany. Can we bring back that, please? But I think Stefan Raab was fired because of the result Germany did in Eurovision 2025 with ba la 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 la. But I'm gonna say, I think they should be proud of that entry and the result. But anywho, RD program director explains why partnership with Stefan Raab was not continued. In an interview with WDL, the ARD program director has explained why collaboration with Stefan Raab on Eurovision Song Contest 2026 was not continued for Eurovision 2026. Speaking to the German media publication DWDL, Christine Strobel explained why ARD and SWR decided not to continue its partnership with Stefan Raab for Eurovision 2026. The broadcaster, ARD, broadcaster NRD, and NDR has collaborated with Stefan Raab and RTL to organize the Germany's national selection for Eurovision 2025, bringing increased interest in the selection and high viewership figure for the contest in Basel. Ms. Strobel explained that the premise of the partnership was that if it will be continued if Germany won Eurovision 2025, which was not the case. Did you expect Germany to win last time? I remember they talked the big talk they was gonna win. I was like, with your track record from 2010 up until now, do you think you're gonna win? But I'm gonna say Balala song still is a good Eurovision entry, but I think the only thing I would change with the whole entry was some staging things, but overall I think Germany should be very happy with that song. I think this is a little bit overkill. We said we are entering into this partnership because we want to win. Now a year later to say, okay, it didn't work out, we are just gonna keep going anyway, it doesn't feel good. Well, if you ask me, I think they should have tried one more time with Stefan Raab because Germany 2025 entry is a huge improvement from what Germany usually send. So I think they should have tried one more time because that worked. Many people love that song still. I do. I have it on my Spotify stream list. Ultimately, she explained that SWR, who has taken over responsibility for organizing Germany's participation in Eurovision Song Contest, has decided with us not to cooperate with any other broadcaster for the time being. But the ARD program director does not rule out the idea to collaboration with others in the future, as previous case to 2010 to 2012 and 2025. Well, I would love to be on this list to see what song could work for Eurovision, or what song, because it feels like when I listen to some songs they're gonna pick, I was like, you don't have anything better than this? I'm gonna say I think they made a mistake. I think we have to come up with something new if we want to revisit the topic of cooperation at the Eurovision in the future, but that is absolutely convenable and possible. The search is on for acts to compete in the national selection, with artists and songs able to submit entries until October 22nd, but that was 5 days ago. The national selection participation will be determined across a number of rounds. In the first round, the editorial team on SWR will assess the submission on artistic and vocal quality. when the entries will assesses the international expert juries and members of the public across Europe to simulate voting in the Eurovision Song Contest. From the result of the international voting, a shortlist of acts will be chosen from which the act competing to represent Germany in Vienna will be selected. The national final will be held in late February. It will be broadcast something. Das Erte. And Argentina represented Germany in Eurovision Song Contest 2025 with the song Baller. They finished 15 with the total score of 151 points. I mean, I'm gonna say, I think that song was actually a proof that Germany can do better. And I think firing, you did talk a little bit too much big talk when it was with Stefan Raab, because many of you said that Germany's gonna win. I was like, there's no way Germany's gonna win. But I'm gonna say, this performance they did in the finals was the best they have ever done, and I think Germany should be very proud of this news, the fact that they performed so well. I mean, I'm gonna say, I think that is basically all I have to say for this day, because now we are waiting for some songs to come out, because in November usually we're gonna have the first songs out, like from before it has been Estilau, Albania, Montenegro, all those songs is coming out in November, so we are waiting. But anywho, I hope everyone has a nice Monday. I need some more tea because anyway, subscribe to this podcast, subscribe to the channel. See you another time. Yes, and with the upcoming Eurovision season becoming more and more crazy, don't forget to hit subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on the latest thing in Eurovision world. And don't forget to follow my podcast so you don't miss out on the latest gossip and news in Eurovision world. I'll see you another time. Bye!